A shocking tale of grave robbery and human remains trafficking unfolds in Pennsylvania.
Outside of Philadelphia, multiple times. It was not just on one occasion did he steal all these bodies. He was going back. They also described all of the evidence that he was leaving on the scene at each time, some of it being DNA evidence like cigarette butts and energy drinks that he left behind, other times tools that he left behind that he was potentially using to break into the cemetery and actually steal things in the grave. They also broke down evidence they had against him in terms of what he was posting on social media. They said that he was likely also selling body parts, according to the document. They found Facebook posts that included people thanking him for the human skin bag.
A human skin bag, and there's the group, Human Bones and Skulls Selling Groups, guys. Literally, I saw patches of skin that they dried out and were just, displayed on like a rack. Like, what is happening here? We'll go back and look at the skulls in case you missed it. I mean, the torsos and stuff, but this is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That they purchased from him, as well as they also described all of the items that they found, in like hundreds of skulls, in addition to 2 torsos that he's accused of stealing from that cemetery.
And Lily, you mentioned that some of them were sold, but some of them weren't. Do you know more about that? How specifically those were sold, if they were sold online or how that happened?
They have evidence with his Cash App that he was using his Cash App most likely for the sales and purchases of the body parts. We don't know exactly how much he sold online, but we do, according to the documents at least, think that he wasn't just robbing the graves and keeping everything. He was also turning it into a business and selling some of the items.
Wow, yeah, interesting. And so we know that there's no real motive at this time, but I want to bring in Maxine Rose because
there's a motive.
Dived a little bit deeper today to learn more about Jonathan Gerlach and about what what we know about him leading up to this.
I mean, this is the whole town is up in arms. And like I said, law enforcement has stepped in and they have a case and they're following the leads of the people on the group that are buying and selling. You can get arrested for buying this stuff. That is how they got Jeremy Pauly. All right. And I don't know why chat is just stopped, guys. I hope you guys can still see me and you're all are here.
So Maxine, what can you tell us? I know that you've been in the neighborhood of his Ephrata home where some of these remains were stored. What did you learn?
Yeah, Alex. So I spoke with a person who claims to have been, a close friend of Jonathan Gerlach. He says he hasn't spoken with him in roughly, 5 to 8 years. He says he can't really remember, but he spent a lot of time, especially in his youth, in a band, in his teens, really talking with Jonathan Gerlach between the shows, after the shows, hanging.
And when you look at the band members and you look at the similarity and the looks of them, it's all like this, it's all this persona with the tattoos, the piercings, even the eyeballs tattooed, the piercings, the heavy metal. That's what this guy was into. But then he took it to this level, right?
Out with him, he says he was a really nice, empathetic guy. He says that he seemed pretty normal for the most part. Yeah, that's him right there. You can see. And that really, he just seemed like someone who was like everybody else in the heavy metal community, just just wanting to.
Yeah, I mean, everybody looked like that. The people that they approached, they all had that same, that same look. I'm a heavy metal guy. I'm into piercings and tattoos. I wonder at what point they realized that these were real people. Here in my country, they have a tribe that reduces heads, human heads, not animals, eyes and mouth sewn. Whoa. Imagine being his neighbor. And there are neighbors that are on the news that are talking about not only the bodies next to him, how creepy, but the smell. You live 10 minutes from Ephrata. You have friends in common with the ghoul. I bet you do. There are a lot of people. Hey, Mom, good to see you. Is StreamYard and tied to Verizon? No, StreamYard is not tied to Verizon, but I think StreamYard might be giving us a little bit of issues here. All right, let's keep going. He does look like a freak. Look at that. His eyes are like black, dark.
kind of enjoy life and had deep conversations, but with being in the heavy metal community, this guy did tell me today, sometimes people are interested in oddities or maybe darker types of things. But what's interesting here is that this guy tells me today, like, he Jonathan Gerlach never said anything about liking oddities this much. So all of this is really coming as a shock to friends and people who knew him, people who came into passing. We've seen on social media so many people just saying how much this has shocked them, having come into contact with him either while.
And look at, I mean, the people that are local are putting up, look at this guy, what he sold. Can you believe it was right here? Jay, I'm still here. Can't stand the trolls that come to your channel. Well, thank you. Me too. Yeah, he looks soulless. That's what I would say. Let me show. Oh, Mab, what's up, man? Oh my God, just got done splitting wood all day and I'm wiped out. Well, tell Mrs. Mab I say hello. All right. Dark scale. You guys are having fun in chat. All right. I want to show you something real quick on the Facebook stream, and then I'll put that back up 1 second. Look at this. So I'm looking at the Facebook groups, and he actually had the human skull and bones still available. Inbox me privately, $4.50 for a real human skull. All right. And then this was Jonathan Gerlach's on his page, human skull with the flowers. And then that's his page. He doesn't have a lot on that page, but most of it is in the selling group. All right. Search warrants, stated tipster, directed detectives to the Instagram account, which I showed you earlier, where he has, where he's collecting corpses, taxidermy, human skulls, and other oddities. All right. So that's him with holding the skull. I mean, people are shocked. That's him again holding a human skull. All right. If you purchased anything from Jonathan Gerlach, please contact the FBI before they contact you. This guy says, I love dead things, but children's skeletons is next level fucked. And I agree. All right. If you guys did buy some or you see something, you know something, and you're from the area, be careful because they are targeting the people that are buying and selling in this community. And in my opinion, that's why it's not shut down yet. All right. They're still looking. I mean, there's 5,800 people in that group, which means there's a lot more people that are grave robbing than we thought. Right. All right. Let's keep going.
While he's walking his dog outside, or knowing someone who worked with him, or seeing him with his band performing as a lyricist and vocalist for
so weird
for his band in this area, and also the Williamsport area.
And so I know, Maxine, that you were also there yesterday and you were back in Ephrata today. Have you noticed law enforcement there, or crime scene units there, anybody there who's been investigating, looking into this home at all? Have you seen anything that you can share with people?
What I can share, yes, is that there have been police here, just like we saw last night, and I mentioned at the end of my story last night, is that you can see that there was a police officer that, well, you can't see it now, but there was a kind of white car off to the side there that was there for hours yesterday. And there, like, you can see the top of it right there. That was it just sitting in the corner there, kind of blocking where that garage was, and where witnesses had told me they had seen investigators initially just come right in and start taking boxes out. You could see in one of those frames there, they kind of hit it with that white sheet, but we did get a second. There it is, a few boxes stacked right up. And
there's also bodies being taken out of there, body bags taken out of there. His parents and the neighbors are very disturbed about this, which I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Hold on, let's finish this.
From our understanding, they're continuing to take evidence out of that home.
And from your understanding, I'm not sure if you know this, where is Jonathan Gerlach now? Do we know?
Well, he does have $1 million bond, I do believe. So he is
good.
Currently in, I believe, the Lancaster County prison. Either way, he is not out and about at this point. Witnesses, neighbors here tell me they saw him get escorted out earlier this week of this home here. We are also under the impression that he was living with someone else. We have not seen that person.
Wow.
We have not heard from that person. We have not seen whether there are even any charges against this person. But of course, there's so much more to this story, Alex, that we are not privy to just yet. And hopefully as this develops, we'll be able to learn more.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Maxine. And if you guys want to see more about what this story has developed over the course of the past 2 days, be sure to tune in tonight on CBS 21 at 5, 5:30, and 6. Maxine and Lily will be breaking down more details.
Yeah, they have a lot of coverage on this case. People are disturbed. The neighbors, I wanted to see what the neighbors had to say. And the neighbors, check this out. Neighbors shaken after the cops find 100 plus human remains, including the
A
skulls.
suspected grave robber is
Much.
now under arrest and facing a long list of charges. Police think Jonathan Gerlach stole more than 100 sets of human remains from Mount Moriah Cemetery in Yeadon. According to investigators, a stockpile was found in his home and at a nearby storage unit. Action News reporter Leland Pinder spoke to his neighbors and has more.
Yes, Jeepers
People here
Creepers.
tell me a large police presence occupied their neighborhood for much of the last 2 days. Tonight, just one cop car remains guarding the property as the investigation continues.
Yeah, this is definitely horrific. I mean, I could only imagine what the investigators saw.
Inside this home on Washington Avenue in Ephrata, a search warrant uncovered well over 100 human skeletons, according to the Delaware County DA.
And you can see them working into the night.